It's morning!
And that means it's time for the Rotten Mornings
Podcast!
The best way to start your morning off rotten.
Podcast!
Get the baby.
Welcome back to another episode of Rotten Mornings.
Welcome to Rotten Mornings.
I'm Scott.
I'm Matt. Look, did it actually change your name to Rotten Reviews?
It's always been Rotten Reviews.
Mine was Rotten Reviews. How could yours be the same thing?
Yours was Rotten Space Reviews.
Space Reviews. I'm Matt.
I'm Brandy. I'm Grim.
And we are Rotten Mornings.
No, we're Rotten Space Reviews from now on.
We're just rotten.
So, guys, have you reviewed any space lately?
Yes.
Okay, so guys, this is the season premiere of season 7.
Yes.
Podcast!
Oh my
I couldn't hear anything now. She screamed that right in my ear.
Sorry, Matt.
So this is exciting.
So far.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you guys listened to last season, that was season 6.
Yep, that's what you heard.
Yeah, and if you're listening this go around, I'm sorry.
I'm not sorry.
I'm not exactly sure of the whole season, like back and forth reading.
Oh, don't worry, I'll cut all this out.
Oh, good, great, yeah, good editing. I know you stay very attentive on editing these.
I do not.
I don't.
I do not. We're going to stick with the same format for this season. We're going to start off with a little rotten news.
That's right, and well, in rotten news, we just got back from
dying. Matt had a brain fart.
we just got back from Dave and Buster's for Adam's birthday. That was fun. We did a couple of lives from there.
Mm-hmm.
That was yesterday, I mean. We also just finished the Left Hand Black video, which you guys will get to see kind of middle of March when they release their new album. And I've been talking to those guys, and they are just blown away by what we put together for them. They've gave me access to like all their files, said we could do whatever we wanted to with them. We're free to use their music for whatever we want to. So that's bad as hell.
So expect to see some Left Hand Black in future Rotten productions.
I am so excited for everybody to see what we created. I'm so happy for it. I love it a lot.
Hell yeah. That's like super trusting. They're like, hey, we're going to give you access to all our files. Do whatever you want to with them. Hey, what'd you do with those files? We deleted them. What?
He actually said to me that he's going to try. He wanted me to, I'm going to ask Marlon about it. It's the only thing I've ever asked Marlon. But he wants to make a combination Left Hand Black Rotten shirt.
Okay.
So I'm going to reach out to Marlon and see what he thinks. Send him a couple of, he sent me a couple of his designs and said if we could figure something out to shoot it back to him.
Hell yeah. Like a Rotten Hand Black.
That's
Left hand is rotten.
Left Hand Rotten.
Hell yeah, dude. Marlon does fantastic stuff with those t-shirt designs.
But above all things, I want you guys to go and check out Left Hand Black.
Yes.
They are so very horror show, punk, fast-paced, horrifying, but also poppy and happy music. Like it's such a perfect blend
Of happy murder music.
of happy murder music.
I don't know why when you said happy murder music, immediately I thought of the happiness of the Katakuri.
That's definitely happy murder movie.
Yes.
That is happy murder. Well, now I'm thinking about the Happy Tree Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much really fantastic happy murder out there.
And there couldn't have been a better like group to reach out to us than Left Hand Black, because they fit what I feel like we stand for so much more than a lot of the music I've heard out there.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Hell yeah. And how did you come across Left Hand Black?
They just happened to find us through the community, man, and we happened to start talking to them, and they just kind of fell in love with our crazy shenanigans. And I heard a couple of their songs, and I was like, "Holy shit, these cats are fucking bad as hell!" And a perfect friendship was formed.
And so mote it be.
And we primarily talked to Johan a lot. He is the bass guitarist for the band. But he was telling me that he showed the video to all four of the bandmates, and they just, in his words, 4 morons just standing and couldn't stop smiling at the screen.
You know what? I've seen that scene play out many a time.
That's literally us. That is literally what we would say about us.
Yeah. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Cool. Yeah, guys, make sure that you're checking out Left Hand Black. I'll probably put a link to that stuff in the show notes. And speaking of show notes, this is the first episode that will be available on our Facebook page on the same day as it's released.
And so that means that if you guys would like to leave comments about this episode, we can literally read them and talk about your comments next episode.
Grim has said she's not reading comments.
I've been so confused.
Well,
I thought we already had comments.
I personally wanted to do an episode where we read out our bad reviews, only we don't have any. So if you would like to leave a bad review, please do.
We only didn't have any because nobody could put any.
Well,
That's it.
Well, there were 2 reviews
From Scott.
on iTunes.
From
One
Scott.
of them was definitely Scott. I'm not sure about the other.
2 of them were definitely Scott.
I mean, I can neither confirm nor confirm that.
You mean you can neither deny nor deny that?
Okay, that either. We've now identified 4 things I can't do.
I don't have the ability to confirm and deny things.
Yes, times 2. Cool. So today is the 6th of February, which means that we have already started the haunt season for the year, or the haunts for the year.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were going to say we have already survived 1 month of 2022.
Well, but barely. We did do that, though.
Survivalism.
2022.
The neat things about some of the haunts that come up out of Halloween season is that they're based around holidays.
Yes.
And we're going to get into some of those probably later in the episode. But we did want to say that, like, the first haunt was a Groundhogs haunt.
Yeah, that's correct. Out at this Spook Trail.
Yeah, was that My Bloody Groundhogs Day, or
It was
Bloody groundhogs?
It was like My Bloody Groundhog's Revenge something.
Hold on, I can find it.
I was afraid it was like My Bloody Groundhog Massacre, and then you just go out there and there's all these dead groundhogs.
Well, that was pretty close. It was My Bloody Groundhog Night Massacre.
Oh.
222.
Pew, 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 pew.
Pew, 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 pew.
Was there lasers?
222.
Oh, I thought you were doing the Star Wars blaster lasers.
Pew, 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 pew.
Okay, we've got I'm assuming there's haunts coming up before this next podcast.
Yes, we will be going to Nightmare at 3008 on Friday night of next.
Yes.
We will
In
also,
Cloverdale, Alabama.
on Saturday morning, we will be checking out the Comic-Con here at the BJCC in downtown Birmingham. After which we will be shooting up to Arx Mortis, probably a little bit earlier than they open, because a lot of the cats that are working out there have reached out to us and they want to meet us.
Yes, they have so many different guest honors from across the country
Such excitement.
coming to participate in their Bloody Valentine's Day hunt.
We got a lot of things to do.
What's that?
I said that's rad.
Yeah, we've got we've already talked to Bubba, who is
Yeah.
Dozer, and he's been talking back and forth because they're going to be there from Thursday to Monday, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Devin's down there, Lita is down there, Blood and Canabilia are down there. Like, dude, the list goes on, and so many people. Cherry Snot's going to be down there, and it's just so many people that we just adore in the haunt community that put out so much content and just do so much badass shit. And there's a large portion of them that we have tasted before.
Popcorn! Good stuff, kettle corn, yes.
Yeah, I was wondering how much good stuff kettle corn's going to be represented.
Yeah, because Lita Bites was one of them. Clover's going to be there. I don't think he's had a popcorn yet. Speed Demon. Darcy. I'm having a hard time getting my phone to work
Scab
with
is
me
going
at
to
the
be
moment.
there. He's one of the popcorns we've had before as well. Blood, yeah.
Yeah,
Blood doesn't have a pop. I don't think we had a Blood popcorn. The Gravedigger and Reverend Michael is going to be there. Dude, there's so many people going to be there.
So, what night are you at Arx?
Saturday night.
Saturday nights.
Okay, and Nightmare on Friday night. I'll put these in the show notes, but I'm making notes to put these in the show. And then, of course, I will have links to Spook Trail, which happened, Nightmare Arx, Comic-Con, Left Hand Black, and good stuff.
Yeah.
But like I've seen all the people. I think that there's going to be, out of the reps, there's going to be like 60 reps for Scary Face that are going to be represented there. So that's wild.
Okay.
Wow.
And links to Scary Face. Good. All right. That's awesome. Now, there's those are the haunts that we'll be able to make it to, but aren't there a couple other haunts that are happening?
Yes, I believe that Pope's is having a thing. I believe that Nightmare Dungeon is having a thing. There was a haunt open this weekend, and I can't remember what it was called. But that's where ROTN is, and what was the girl? The girl that I showed you with the pumpkin makeup. She's at a haunt, Sienna or some shit like that, I think.
Something like that. It's hard to.
Awesome.
We don't have that list in front of us.
No, that's totally fine. I just wanted to tell people we've got listeners that aren't necessarily right in this area. I know a lot of our listeners are in this area, but some of our listeners are in different parts. Guys, if you're listening, you probably have a local haunt that is doing a Valentine's one. It's a very popular one, and please, if you get a chance to go out there and check that out, leave something in the comments saying that you're going to go check that out. Let us know about it. Awesome.
Leave a little thing about it in the comments so we can read it next week. Our podcast won't be until Sunday, so it might not help raise awareness that your haunt is open, but we will definitely read off those comments.
Yeah,
Yes.
and just having them in the comment section is a little bit of publicity because that'll be there all week.
Yeah, and we can also share
you
that
know,
during the week also.
Well, that's another thing. Go to Rotten Community and post up that your haunt is doing something for Valentine's Day so we can get the word out there.
I believe Warehouse 31 is open also.
I
for
think so. I
Valentine's
couldn't
Day.
remember, and I couldn't
remember
find
seeing
it, but I
post
believe they
about it.
are.
Huh. I mean, it is a popular one. It is the one that.
And the one in, the new one in Tuscaloosa is
Oh, that's
opening for
right.
it
That's
also.
right. They are doing
The
that.
Terror.
Horror, is
Yeah,
that
the
what it's
Terror.
called?
The Terror.
I thought it was.
Is it the horror or the terror?
I'm just gonna put Tuscaloosa Haunt.
Okay, great. We
Hey,
said
Everett, which one is it? You're in Tuscaloosa.
I think it's.
Everett.
But I can't remember.
Everett, just say it out loud, man. I know you're listening. Just say it, buddy. Okay.
Yeah. No.
Looking in those keywords and events does not pull up anything.
Okay. All good. Cool. Now, so that is what we've got planned. We've got, of course, that video will be coming out in a couple of just short months here, and then we are continuing to work on Rotten and Grim Kids season 2.
Indeed.
And is there another project that's going on? Do you have another review coming up soon?
Well, yeah, we have 3 reviews waiting in the wings.
The
Okay.
horror. Right.
Yeah, it's called The Horror in Tuscaloosa. And they are doing a Valentine's Day thing.
Okay.
It's February 11th and 12th, called Till Death Do Us Part.
Oh, that's cool. I would say that probably Christmas and Valentine's are the 2 most common out-of-season haunts.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And then I would say that St. Patrick's Day and Easter are the follow-ups to that one.
Yeah.
But they only call the Easter one like kind of the mid-spring haunts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have not seen a Flag Day haunt, but I'm still keeping my eyes peeled.
Don't peel your eyes.
Do it. Peel your fucking eyes.
Very, very abrasive, and I can't see shit.
Yeah.
There's a lot more goo in here than I thought.
In your eyes or just in your room?
Just on this podcast.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, you might want to call like the room service or the maids or whatever the hell they call it.
Yeah, no, the roommate service. They came in earlier and mopped and stuff, and they left me a note that said, "Hey, we're not cleaning up all that goo."
We leave the goo to you.
So apparently my sheets are just standing on their own. Hey, look, it's so silly. Is any other news we need to cover?
I think that's about it. I'd like to say that thank you to everybody that has sent us videos for the next Rotten and Grim Kids. I got a really good skit that's completely done from Punks. I got a good skit from Constance and Ravage. They all sent us like skits that they came up with, which is awesome. Also, I'd like to thank everybody in Core for sending us the videos that we're going to use for the next Left Hand Black video that we're working on, the interviews. And we're going to use those interviews and go ahead and make the news program and probably put it into the next episode of Rotten and Grim, even though we're going to use it in the Left Hand Black video also.
Hell yeah. Cool. Any other projects?
God, I have a shit.
I mean,
all the shit, every last thing we need to do for the Haunted Chicken House. We have so much stuff to do for the Haunted Chicken House.
Yeah.
We have got to get the website stuff sent to the guy. I sent him an email earlier. He said, just send me what you've got. I need to make another YouTube for them and start uploading all of the videos we've got.
We'll talk about that off air.
Yeah, that's all shop talk, so.
Yeah. Cool. Well, guys, I think
so much.
Oh my God, that haunt looks so fucking badass right now.
Yeah.
Which haunt?
The Haunted Chicken House.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
All the shit that they have done is just, man, if you've ever been to the haunted chicken house, and I know if you've gone, you're going to be like, oh, okay, I know what this room's going to be on. No, you don't. No, you fucking do not. You don't even know where the fucking line.
You don't even know shit.
You have no clue what even the lines, waiting in line is going to be different for all the attractions out there also.
Hell yeah. Guys, let's go ahead and take a commercial, and then we'll come back and we'll jump into our news section.
You take that commercial.
Let's
Take
give a
it
commercial.
right up the ass.
Okay. Okay.
Nightmare at 3008. Voted one of the most metal haunts in the state by Rotten Reviews. Opens this coming weekend.
They will eat your children's brains.
It's a true nightmare of a Valentine.
Nightmare, a Bloody Valentine. Escape the Haunt Challenge. $14 per person or 2 for $20. Combo tickets, $35 per person. February 11th and 12th, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Visit www.nightmareat3008.com.
Stay rotten. Hello?
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 Hello, welcome back.
Oh, hey, welcome back, guys. Oh boy, this is going to start off like a good thing that do.
It ain't.
Okay, so great commercial there. This section we're going to be doing a little bit different from other seasons, right?
Is that true?
No, it's not. This is section 2. That's what
Like, what's going to be so different about this?
Yeah, so in this season, we will be talking about different holidays and some of their origins and some traditions and some stories around them and just random shit about holidays.
Yes.
Yeah, we did that a little bit in last season as we talked about some Yule stuff and things like that, and of course False Day. But we wanted to do a little bit deeper dive, and because it's February, we've got some fun ones.
Yes, we don't. Yes, we do.
What? What?
What are we talking about?
What is that?
This is going well.
Right.
I think Brandy and Grim had our first ones here. Is that right?
Our first what? I'm
Holiday?
so confused.
Look at
So are we talking about Groundhog Day?
We can.
Hogs up.
What do you mean we can? What the hell are you saying? Why are you making words like that?
I mean, if that's the first one, let's do it.
What?
I mean, it just happened. We just passed Groundhog Day. It seems like we could talk about that.
Let's do that.
We decided on this. Why are you talking like that?
I don't know what you mean. Groundhog is the first one that we'll be talking about. That's pretty exciting.
They take hogs and ground them up into soup.
I don't think that's true.
That is probably not true.
I mean, somebody probably does that.
I would.
That's a different holiday called Ground the Hog and Make It Soup Day.
So,
lesser known.
according to this day in history, February 2nd, 1887, Groundhog Day, featuring a rodent meteorologist, is celebrated for the first time at Gobbler's Knob in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
That's right. That's where Punxsutawney Phil lives, at Gobbler's Knob.
Gobbler's Knob. According to tradition, if a groundhog comes out of its hole on this day and sees its shadow, it gets scared and runs back into its burrow, predicting 6 more weeks of winter weather. No shadow means an early spring. However, it seems these days they just hold it up to their ear and have it whisper into the mayor's ear whether it saw its shadow.
So it's complete hogwash.
Hogwash!
Groundhog wash.
Groundhog soup wash.
So it actually has its roots in the ancient Christian tradition of Candlemas, when clergy would bless and distribute candles needed for winter. The candles represented how long and cold the winter would be. And Germans expanded on this concept by selecting an animal, the hedgehog, as a means of predicting weather. Once they came to America, German settlers in Pennsylvania continued the tradition, although they switched from hedgehogs to groundhogs, which were plentiful in the Keystone State. But that's still, and I mean, like, groundhogs do go into hibernation in the late fall. But they tend to come out in, like, the male groundhogs come out in early February in order to look for mates, not predict the weather.
Yeah, it literally says on Wikipedia that there is no factual evidence that groundhogs can predict the weather. So, you know what that means? People are dumb enough to believe that groundhogs can predict the weather.
Well, so here's the thing about that, and this is something that I kind of explored here recently. What does 6 more weeks of winter mean when we have 70-degree weather in winter?
Yeah, like our winter has been summer this year, so
And 30-degree weather in spring.
Yeah, so it's 6 more weeks of just having weather.
yeah, 6 more weather weeks on their way.
Well,
Thanks, groundhog.
especially here in a state like Alabama, where the weather can't make up its mind throughout the same day.
Oh, what
Yeah.
if groundhogs are more like genies? Maybe you're supposed to rub the shit out of them and then make a weather wish.
I
Which
don't
I
think
know.
rub a groundhog.
Yeah, rubbing a groundhog until it shits. I don't think that's going to do anything.
There's a Candlemas is the Christian or is a Christian holiday or a Catholic holiday, but there's actually a more pagan root of Groundhog's Day because astrologically speaking, Groundhog's Day falls on Imbolc, which is the center of between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. So it is the midpoint to spring.
So it's another thing created by Christians to obfuscate like paganism.
Yeah. So the whole Candlemas came from this, but the Imbolc was there was a fortune telling thing in that, and it was like if the serpent saw its shadow. I can't exactly remember how that went, but that was where the weather predicting came from, because if the snakes had come out, then the snakes knew that it was about to be summer because they hibernate during the winter, right?
Right.
So they said it was snakes, and then the other thing was like any low to the ground mammal is what eventually became the Groundhog's Day. That's why you can have Groundhog's Day, but an armadillo tells the fortune.
Yeah. I like this right here. There's a French saying that comes along with it, which I'm going to use translate because I can't say this. So this is what the saying is in French.
And
what it means is, oh my God, shut up. What it means is, let it gleam or let it glimmer. The bear goes back into his cave.
Yeah. That literally means nothing.
Right.
That means like whatever the outcome is, like, can the bear just go back? Is that okay?
I think what they're saying is if the sky is clear, the bear will go back into his cave, which is the same thing with the groundhog seeing its shadow, which to me seems counterintuitive, because if it was like stormy and you couldn't see a shadow, I would assume that means it was going to be cold weather. But they're saying if it was clear and saw its shadow, that means it was going to be bad weather. That seems counterintuitive.
Well, what's the thing, like April showers bring May flowers? So like if it starts storming, then that's the part of spring.
I always heard anal fishers bring May fishermen.
Anal.
No. I
Who
don't think that's the same.
Who did you? Who like? What recruiter told you that?
His name was Dan. We had a summer. It was beautiful.
Okay.
Did you rub animal?
Yes, until they shot the
Now,
tail.
didn't some people call it Badger Day or call Candlemas Badger Day at some point?
I'm not familiar with that. It's very possible. All of these traditions like go through so much evolution.
Mushroom.
But a groundhog, which they call it a whistle pig, because if you ever hear that thing make it sound, it's very melodic. It's a very whistle. But they're also ground squirrels. It's the same animal. Oh, and it's not a hedgehog. It's a
Bear rat.
woodchuck. It's a woodchuck. That's what it is.
Yeah, woodchuck.
And a marmot. So
What a woodchuck.
The genus of groundhog is bear rat.
I'm sorry.
The genus of the name groundhog, what the name comes from, was bear rat.
Don't be sorry, Scott.
Bear rat.
It's a bear rat.
Hell yeah.
Mias Pinus.
So just like from your like personal kind of like thing, like did you guys ever do anything on Groundhog's Day? Was there any significance to Groundhog's Day to you guys?
I believe like when I was in school, they used to, that was the day they chose to do those stupid, like, cast a shadow and draw your shadow onto something and frame it.
We would make solar hot dog cookers.
What?
Solar hot dog cookers or whatever. You get aluminum foil.
So this is another strange grim tradition that the rest of us have never heard of. Please tell us more.
So wait a minute.
No, I want to hear more.
So what you're saying is basically your school would take what you effectively use to cook meth and show you how to make hot dogs with it.
Yeah, we would all go outside.
Wait, Matt, Brandy, did you guys not make solar hot dog cookers on Groundhog's Day?
I've never heard of a solar hot dog cooker until right now.
So wait a minute, was this before or after you guys sacrificed goats?
This was at a school. We didn't sacrifice anything.
Now,
I guess you sacrificed learning.
I didn't teach us shit at that podunk school.
Now, I don't know where to go with this. A solar hot dog cooker.
That's what we did.
That's new. Like, I don't really remember doing anything for Groundhog Day.
Well, I don't remember propagating salmonella. But I guess that's a thing.
We get to look at it and watch it cook too.
So when I was young, we would sometimes watch the Groundhog televised, and actually this Groundhog's Day I got up early and watched the Groundhogs Festival at Gobbler's Knob, and it was really neat. Like it's a dumb thing, right? It's a dumb thing to just see a groundhog if it does a thing, but these guys get out there early, like they party all night. And then like there's just a hyped up like dance party. The sun's not even up. And then when the groundhog comes out to like read its shadow, the inner circle, which has been the secret inner circle that does this all the time, comes and they have like a wooden staff. And there's like a legend of Puxatawny Phil that he's 130 years old, which is far longer than any
Yeah, it's not true. The groundhog died this year.
That was not Pumpkin Phil. That was
it was the one from New Jersey. It was Mill.
Millwork Mill or something. Yeah.
Milltown Mill.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's kind of neat. Like there's there's a secret elixir that they give him that makes him live. So there's like all these like kind of Santa Claus.
Did you know that there was also a Birmingham Bill?
Yeah, and he slept through it this year. He didn't even fucking get up.
Wait, what are you talking about? Slept through it? They just dragged this groundhog out of its den.
Out of hibernation.
It's not like they knock on the door and then he's like, "Oh, hey, chip, chip, cheerio, chaps." No, they just took him out of there.
I think they like
a couple of times, rubbed the shit out of it.
Rub the shit out of him.
God.
I think they hit up his Snapchat and he didn't respond back. So they're like, I think he slept through it.
Oh, damn it. We totally fucked up Groundhog's Day. You suck.
That's another way to go. Oh, fuck. Is it February 2nd? He slept through it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, groundhogs don't live past 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No wonder why. What they fucking do to them.
Yeah, they get them out and they rub the shit out of them. They make them predict the weather and they toss them back in holes.
Which means Punxsutawney Phil, who has been around since 1887, is actually like Punxsutawney Phil the 130th.
Also known as Punxsutawney Phil our lives with lies.
I mean, sure. I think it's silly. I'm a fan of silly. You know, I'm a fan of like going to the New Year's Day, different objects dropping and little silly celebrations that mean nothing like that. It's just kind of neat. It's stupid, and I enjoy them more when I can be a part of like a whole bunch of people celebrating just nonsense, and then also I don't have to talk to anyone.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, how's that work out for you with your social anxiety?
Lots of alcohol.
Ah, got you. So lots of social angst.
I give them lots of alcohol.
And Viagra.
No, I don't do that.
So have we finished with Groundhog Day now? Is there anything else we need to contribute about Groundhog Day?
What about you, Scott? You got anything to say about Groundhog's Day? You said you did extensive research on it.
I mean, we pretty much covered it's pagan roots, it's adoption by the Christians, it's brought over from the Germans. Hey, here's a really kind of funny thing. You ever heard of like the Pennsylvania Dutch?
Like the food.
Yeah.
Like the Dutch people that live in Pennsylvania, they call them the Pennsylvania Dutch.
Yes.
Yeah, they're not Dutch. I didn't know this, but those people came over, and when I asked where they're from, they said they're from Deutschland. Yeah, they're all German. That's where it came from. It was a German thing, but it was a German thing that came from the Pennsylvania Dutch. I thought that was kind of neat. Groundhogs are wacky because they their defense mechanism is they emit a musk from their butts.
Ew.
Their teeth.
Groundhogs? Holy shit, we said the same thing.
Did you say, is Urza a groundhog?
No, you fool.
I didn't say that.
No, God damn it.
Cool. Well, we should probably jump into this next one.
All right, let me just say this: Groundhog's Day is stupid.
I mean,
groundhogs are loners.
I don't think anybody thinks that it's like the most intellectual thing or logical thing. I don't think that's kind of the point. I think it's the silliness of it and the pomp and circumstance of this kind of thing. Brings a lot of money to that town.
Well, let's also consider this. Matt thinks all holidays are stupid unless it's Halloween.
That's fair.
Oh, you know, there's some good groundhog recipes on Google.
Okay, that's groundhog. That's just pork.
I'm just bored. Pork. That's pork.
Oh,
Pork. All right, what's the other holiday that we're talking about today?
Today's holiday is way stupider than Groundhog's Day. It is the stupidest holiday out of all holidays. It is Valentine's Day.
Dun, dun, dun. Valentine's Day has some really interesting roots too, doesn't it?
Very stupid.
Well, it has varied roots. Like, no one seems to know for sure where it came from. Like, you know, everybody assumes it's about Saint Valentine, but like the Catholic Church recognizes at least 3 different saints named Valentine or Valentinus.
Not to mention that they said that Saint Valentine was in a lot of, they say that he was doing illegal marriages, and that's kind of like what they say the mythos come from. That's not true.
Well, all of the 3 different saints named Valentine or Valentinus were all martyred. One legend contends that Valentine was a priest who served during the 3rd century in Rome, when Emperor Claudius II decided that single men made better soldiers than those with wives and families. He outlawed marriage for young men. Valentine, realizing the injustice of the decree, defied Claudius and continued to perform marriages for young lovers in secret. When Valentine's actions were discovered, Claudius ordered that he be put to death. Still others insist that it was Saint Valentine of Terni, a bishop, who was the true namesake of the holiday, and he too was beheaded by Claudius II outside Rome.
Seems like not a great thing to do then. If you're just going to
Yeah, exactly. But like the 3rd story was that he was killed for attempting to help Christians escape harsh Roman prisons, where they were often beaten and tortured.
But historians, when you chart back time-wise, they chart it back to a possibility that it was Chaucer that actually invented the holiday in the first place, because the first known, like, recorded statement of a romantic holiday is from Chaucer's Parliament of Fowls, where he writes about Valentine's Day, and that's the earliest like writing. It's 1375.
That makes a
And Chaucer used to make up all kinds of shit in his writing.
because there was an ancient Roman pagan festival called Lupercalia, I think that's how you pronounce it, where it was similar to Valentine's Day in a way, where it was fertility and everything, but it was bloody, violent, and sexually charged celebration with animal sacrifice.
Yeah, it was a fertility festival dedicated to Faunus, the Roman god of agriculture.
Yeah, but what's wild, like, so in that, like, the men would strip down and they would sacrifice a goat.
That's it?
Yeah, the priest. Well, yeah, the priest would
Take the one you care about to a beautiful oasis of fear and death. Scare your lover into your arms this Valentine's Day.
Come get your thrills at this chilling place.
Let's get bloody.
Arx Mortis Haunted Attraction presents My Bloody Valentine, February 11th, 12th, and 14th. Visit www.arxmortis.com for tickets.
Stay rotten.
Yeah, we're back. So we really didn't go too in deep on Valentine's Day just now, did we?
I think we like covered every single thing there is about Valentine's.
We barely talked about it. So I surmise that we should wait till next weekend to talk about Valentine's Day. That way we have a good study up on and talk about next weekend.
And we'll have that in time for the Valentine's Day haunts.
It'll come out Sunday.
And Valentine's Day is like a Monday or something, right?
The Tuesday. I think.
Hey, you know, this Anchor app is really funny, right?
Is it?
Yeah, because like when I'm trying to like connect to you guys, it says add friend. And like, I mean, it's more like add contact, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, we hate you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it off, though. You suck balls.
But I hit the button and apparently I added a friend.
Oh, that's cool. What's his name?
What's up,
Yeah.
guys?
That joke doesn't. Oh my God!
Hey!
Is that a scarlet?
Somehow I got added to the podcast.
Oh, holy shit!
We love you.
I love you guys too.
So there, now you get to listen to you tomorrow.
Oh, I thought the season was over.
This is a new season.
Oh,
Season 7, the Scarlet Storm fucking
Edition.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it,
Uh,
Scarlet.
Literally, she was like, "Hey, I'm trying to get on the podcast. I'm waiting, and I'm gonna binge them on my drive." She's driving to Florida. I guess you're in Florida, and she's like, "I'm almost to Georgia, and I've almost done them all."
podcast before I ran out of drive. That was just yesterday.
Damn.
So we're not gonna cover anything else about Valentine's Day.
No, I'd like, why don't we just fucking save that till next weekend? So then that way we'll have like a pretty good topic to talk about. And we could talk about what the haunts did in, like, you know, how it connects to it and all that shit. Oh God, don't tell me I've lost you. Are you still there?
Oh heck, what happened? You just cut out for a second.
Oh, I thought I lost you for a second. That was weird.
Yeah, fingers crossed, right?
Yeah, I was like, oh God, please let Scarlett be here and Scott be gone.
I do want to bring up one fact, though, that today, February 6th, is Dump Your Significant Jerk Day. So I think that's pretty important.
That's the holiday today.
That's the best holiday.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, Graham. Could you say that again?
Dump Your Significant Jerk Day.
Dump your significant jerk.
Day.
Yep.
Today is that's the holiday today.
Okay, well, that's going to make this an awkward holiday.
Oh wow.
Brandy pooped on me.
No, what I said was I'd rather keep my significant jerks. Maybe I'll just dump on him.
She pooped on me.
I didn't, but I
Matt
thought
has
about it.
those.
Wow, that is absolute ludicrous. Well, yeah, I think we covered pretty good for the Groundhogs Day, and we are excited for Valentine's Day this weekend for the haunts and all the different people we'll get to see and the haunts themselves. I mean, it's going to be a banger of a weekend. We hope that you guys can get out, go see some haunts, maybe get to see us.
Scott, I'd love to hear if Scar has any Groundhogs information for us, since we recently added her and we did sort of cover Groundhogs Day.
Let me tell you about Groundhog's Day.
Oh, shit.
Yay.
I heard the groundhog in New Jersey or Pennsylvania that's supposed to give the forecast or whatever died right before.
Mm-hmm.
But
What a loser! What performance anxiety is that, right?
it was way too much pressure. Everyone gonna curse that groundhog just for seeing his shadow. He's like, I'm out. Bye.
Out. Fuck you guys. I am out.
You know, I think if it was like a psychic groundhog, you think he would have saw it coming.
You think so? If he could see that, if he could see winter, then but he could not see his own demise. Dun, dun, dun.
The cold touch of death is more to me than 6 weeks of winter.
Oh, yo, I think there's a groundhog living underneath the porch steps of the house back in North Carolina, and I'll just ask him.
Yeah, exactly.
We got our own groundhog. He'll tell us whatever we want to hear, but it might not be true.
Goddamn rat bastard.
None of it is ever true. We did a consensus. We looked at all the different groundhogs and all the predictions of the armadillos and the groundhogs, and I think somebody had a bear that did a prediction, and the consensus was that Punxsutawney Phil was wrong.
I wonder if there's some sort of old Punxsutawney Phil out there really thinks he can call the weather. It's all the groundhogs are meeting up yeah, I fucking hate that rat bastard, overhyped nobody.
Oh, there was a whole thing about that because the inner circle has Phil, and for 30 years there was a competing groundhog, and they were at war with each other. But the other groundhog was stuffed.
Oh. Goodness.
He was the stuffed of legend.
Stop it. Why did you have to pose after that?
You guys didn't see my like triumphant pose after that really bad joke.
I can imagine it was great.
I was gonna say, speaking of groundhogs, I'm pretty sure that Grimm's parents used to dig holes and put hogs in them and burn them, so that kind of counts as a groundhog.
Why don't you shut the fuck up?
Oh, with Scarlett here, it's really good to have one other person's opinion. Traditionally on groundhogs, did you make solar cooked hot dogs?
Oh my god!
I didn't know that was a thing I was missing out on until this moment.
Okay, then.
Neither did we. Neither did we.
The thing to do.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, I think that's it. Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty well spoken, although I would love to hear Scar talk more because it generates more value for this programming.
It does.
I brought some extra words, but I left them in the van, so it'll have to be another time.
Son of a bitch!
God damn it!
It's cold out there.
Whoa, easy!
Yeah.
I don't want to hear your pickup lines on the podcast, Scott.
Damn.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Damn me, Smooth. I pooped myself.
Wow.
Live on out.
All right, guys. Oh, go ahead. I'm
No.
sorry.
Matt, you said you pooped yourself. Is that your pickup line for dump on your significant asshole day or whatever the holiday is?
Throw that out at the bars. I'd be like, hey, baby, let me guess your sign. Is it feces? I shat myself.
Dump.
Works
Yeah, I'm done.
every time.
Never.
What is that? Hey, baby, poop here often? Jesus.
I like it.
Nice socks. I got pee on my pants.
Yeah. Good thing we don't have to pick up people.
Yeah. Hey, baby, I got 4 words. You, me, and P-Spot.
and P-Spot. You ever had a threesome with P-Spot?
Is that the topic of the Valentine's Day episode? Is like Valentine repellent pickup lines?
Yeah.
Stay away from you. Here's some tricks.
Hey, sweetie, I just tore up my sex offenders card. You want to go out sometime?
Hey.
Oh, no. Well, okay. It looks like we've exhausted all topics here. Guys, join us next week as we delve into more of this nonsense that is Season 7.
Right, remember, the main topic for Season 7 is... Oh, gee, cut out on me there, didn't it?
Wow. You're going to want to see a doctor exorcist.
Yeah, a Dexorcist.
Doctor Exorcist MD.
That was ours.
ESPN.
Erza does not like your jokes.
Nope.
Well, you know what? The last thing I need in my life is another goddamn critic like that.
Hey, you guys, y'all stay rotten.
Or whatever. You don't have to be rotten, but, stay rotten.
Stay rotten.
Stay rotten.
Stay rotten.
Join us next time for another episode of Rotten Mornings.